your memory is not broken. It is simply waiting for the right signal to wake up. Forgetting names, losing words mid-sentence, and walking into rooms confused affects millions of people every single day. Most people accept this mental fog as inevitable aging, but modern neuroscience tells a completely different story today. Welcome to Real Health Logic, your source for evidence-based health insights that empower you to think clearly, always. Today, we reveal a 60-second neurologist-designed exercise that can genuinely sharpen your memory starting right now, easily. You have probably experienced standing in a doorway with your mind completely blank, wondering why you walked in. That frustrating moment when a word sits right on the tip of your tongue but simply will not come. Or you meet someone new, they tell you their name, and within seconds, that name completely disappears forever. These small mental short circuits feel embarrassing, and over time they plant a deeply unsettling doubt inside you. You begin quietly asking yourself a question that frightens you deeply. Am I actually losing my memory permanently? If you feel this way right now, please understand something very important. You are absolutely not alone here. Millions of people across the world experience these exact same frustrating moments every single day without any real explanation. And the most powerful thing I want you to hear today is this. You do not have to accept it. Society constantly repeats the message that memory fades with age and that nothing can ever be done about it. We hear it in jokes, we see it in movies, and slowly we begin accepting it as total truth. But this belief is actually toxic because it leads directly to resignation before you even attempt to fight back. When we believe nothing can be done, we stop challenging our minds and unknowingly accelerate the very process we fear. Modern neurology has confirmed something truly revolutionary that most people walking this earth have never been properly told before. Our brains possess an extraordinary ability to change, repair, and rewire themselves at absolutely any age whatsoever, without exception. This remarkable capacity is called neuroplasticity, and it remains active inside your brain right now as you watch this. Think of your brain not as a machine that rusts, but as a garden that responds to your care. If you neglect that garden, weeds grow tall, and your most beautiful flowers slowly begin to wither and die. But if you water it daily and provide the right nutrients, that garden can bloom again regardless of age. Research confirms that the adult brain continues generating new neurons and forming fresh connections well into the later decades. This means cognitive decline is not your unavoidable destiny. Your consistent daily habits determine how your brain actually performs. People called superagers reach their 80s and 90s with minds as sharp and clear as someone in their 50s. Their secret is not extraordinary luck or perfect genetics. It is a lifestyle that keeps the brain actively nourished. Whether intuitively or intentionally, these remarkable individuals have been practicing neuroplasticity and tending their brain garden their entire lives. The good news is that you can start doing exactly the same thing, beginning with just 1 minute today. The exercise we are about to teach you requires absolutely no pills, no equipment, and no special training whatsoever. All you need is a chair, 1 minute of focused attention, and a genuine willingness to show up consistently. This routine combines two powerful elements working together: controlled physical movement paired with simultaneous mental challenge for maximum impact. By combining these two elements together, you force different regions of your brain to communicate with each other intensely. That intense communication is precisely what builds new neural pathways and strengthens the ones that already exist inside you. Imagine your brain's pathways as trails running through a dense and beautiful forest stretching out in every direction. When you learn something new or practice a skill, you create a fresh trail through that vast forest. Each time you repeat that action or recall that memory, the trail becomes wider and far easier to travel. If you stop using that trail entirely, it becomes overgrown with brush and eventually disappears into the surrounding forest. But if you walk it frequently and consistently, that narrow trail transforms into a wide and well-traveled highway. This is exactly what this exercise does for your brain. It walks those trails and keeps them beautifully open. Now let us walk through the exercise step by step so you can begin practicing it immediately after watching this. Find a chair right now and sit upright at the very edge with your back straight but relaxed comfortably. Place both feet firmly flat on the floor about hip-width apart and rest your hands gently on your thighs. Close your eyes for just a moment and take one slow and deliberate, deep breath to center yourself completely. Inhale through your nose for a count of 4. And exhale slowly through your mouth, releasing every bit of tension. Now open your eyes, because we are about to begin the first 30 seconds of this powerful brain exercise. During the first half of this routine, you will perform slow and controlled alternating arm raises while breathing deliberately. Raise your right arm forward slowly until it is parallel to the floor while inhaling steadily for 4 counts. Then lower that same arm back down to your thigh slowly and smoothly while exhaling fully for 4 counts. Without any pause, immediately raise your left arm forward in exactly the same slow and controlled way as before. Inhale for 4 counts as it rises, and exhale fully for 4 counts as it lowers back down gently. Continue alternating between your right arm and your left arm in this steady and rhythmic pattern for 30 seconds. Do not rush this movement under any circumstances, because slower and more intentional motion produces far greater results for you. This rhythmic breathing combined with deliberate movement calms your nervous system and sends oxygen-rich blood directly to your brain. Your neurons need that oxygen like a fire needs air. Without it, they cannot perform at their very best. The coordination required to synchronize your breathing with your movement also activates brain regions responsible for precision and timing beautifully. You are essentially warming your brain up and preparing it for the more demanding second half coming right now. For the final 30 seconds, you will continue those exact same arm movements while adding a simultaneous mental challenge. This dual tasking is where the real neuroplasticity magic happens, and where your brain begins building powerful new connections rapidly. While continuing the arm movements, begin naming items out loud that belong to a simple category you choose freely. Start with something concrete and familiar. Fruits work perfectly well as a comfortable and accessible starting category for beginners. As you raise your right arm while inhaling, say apple clearly out loud with genuine focus and intention, always. As you raise your left arm while inhaling, say banana, then orange, then strawberry, continuing until the minute ends. Do not panic or stress if your mind goes blank, and the next word simply refuses to come forward. That searching feeling, that moment of mental reaching, is precisely when new neural pathways are actively forming inside you. The goal is never to set a speed record, it is to keep your brain in active searching mode. Combining movement with mental retrieval forces your frontal lobe, cerebellum, and temporal lobe to work together simultaneously and powerfully. A study found that combining motor tasks with cognitive challenges significantly improves working memory over consistent and dedicated daily practice. This is like asking an orchestra to play 2 melodies at once. The musicians must create entirely new harmonies. Those new harmonies are your neurons forming fresh connections. And those fresh connections are your memory growing stronger every day. Now let us talk about how to keep this exercise effective and challenging as the weeks continue moving forward. Your brain is remarkably intelligent and adapts quickly, so doing the identical thing every single day becomes less effective. You must keep surprising your brain with new and slightly harder challenges to maintain that growth, producing mental effort level. During your first week, stick with simple and concrete categories like animals, furniture, clothing, or common everyday household objects. During your second week, increase the difficulty by naming words that all begin with one specific chosen letter only. For example, Choose the letter P and name every word beginning with P that your searching mind can find. During your third week, count backward from 100 in steps of 3 while maintaining your controlled arm movements. 100, 97, 94. If you lose your place, simply breathe calmly and resume from your last remembered number. The golden rule is beautifully simple. If the exercise feels too easy, it is absolutely time to change it. Slight mental effort and a small sense of challenge are your signals that genuine brain growth is actually happening. Now let us address 3 common mistakes that will quietly sabotage your results if you allow them to persist. The first and most common mistake is rushing through the arm movements and breathing in a shallow and hurried way. Moving too quickly creates internal stress, and stress is genuinely one of the most damaging things for memory function. The entire goal of this routine is calm, controlled, and deliberate movement. Slower is always dramatically better here. The second mistake is practicing for a few days and then forgetting about it entirely for an entire week. Your brain needs repetition the same way a plant needs water, a little bit delivered consistently every single day. Attach this habit to something you already do daily, like right before drinking your very first morning coffee always. The third mistake is attempting to practice while the television plays loudly or while someone nearby talks to you. That 1 minute is a sacred appointment with your own brain, and your divided attention weakens the entire result dramatically. Give yourself 1 uninterrupted and fully focused minute, and your brain will reward you far beyond what you expect. There are also 3 small but powerful secrets that will noticeably boost the results you experience from this routine. First, drink a full glass of water immediately before you begin, because your brain is approximately 73% water. Proper hydration before the exercise gives your brain the high-quality fuel it needs to perform at its absolute best. Second, form a gentle and genuine smile just before you begin the exercise each and every single morning, always. This simple gesture signals your brain to release neurotransmitters that improve your mood and dramatically enhance your capacity for learning. Third, teach this exercise to someone else in your life, a partner, a neighbor, or a close friend nearby. When you explain it clearly to another person, your brain organizes the information and strengthens your own neural connections beautifully. You also gain a wonderful accountability partner who will help motivate you on the days when motivation feels difficult. Consistency truly is everything with this practice. 1 minute daily builds something that sporadic effort can simply never achieve. 7 minutes total across 1 full week is genuinely all that stands between you and a noticeably sharper mind. Your brain holds far greater recovery potential than you have ever been told or allowed yourself to honestly believe. No matter your age, no matter how long the fog has lingered, neuroplasticity remains active and ready inside you. The only question that truly matters right now is whether you will give your brain the stimulus it deserves daily. You can close this video and continue exactly as you have been, accepting the fog as your permanent reality. Or you can find a chair right now and give yourself the very first minute of a more mentally active life. Never underestimate the extraordinary power of small actions repeated consistently over time. They quietly transform everything from the inside out. This 1 minute is a declaration to yourself that your brain health matters and that you absolutely refuse to give up. If this video brought you real value today, please give it a like so more people can discover it easily. Subscribe to Real Health Logic so you never miss powerful and science-backed strategies for protecting your incredible mind every day.